Welcome back, all my friends. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. We got a good one for you today. I think so. As you can see right here, it says A2A Piper Alpha 24 250 Comanche. And the N8311P is an actual tail number of an actual Piper PA-24 that I'm kind of basing this flight very loosely off of. But it's near my hometown, got a couple airports that I don't really go to, and it is a flight that it flies. We're gonna get this Piper going and get it up in the air. We're gonna get it juiced up. We're gonna get this thing fired up. Yes, sir. Absolutely. We're gonna put this bird back in this cage afterwards. This plane we have to shut down all the way. Yep. So let's get this thing going. Please do all the nice YouTube-y things before you go ahead and leave this here video. All right, let's get this thing rolling. So we do have, you know, this very nice tablet here. All the buttons you can do. You know, it's probably, no joke, the best overall airplane on Xbox, on the Xbox version of Microsoft Simulator 2020. I would put money on it. I very much think this is the best plane overall. All right, we need to change a couple of things first here. Doesn't look like we have any gear on here, so let's put our gear. Get our flare. Get our flare all over this airplane. We're going to use the MT propellers. They create a little less vibration overall. Now you can see we got all the gear on here now. Everything that's available for us to use. All right, let's inspect the outside. Everything looks good. Let's inspect. That all looks good, and we are going to use the fine wire, and I believe this weight will be okay for our flight today. Let me see what the weather is. It's currently 75 outside. You know, let's go see what the Earl says outside. Let me get to this Earl. Nope. Earl's around here somewhere. This Earl? Nope. Might have missed it. It might have been right here. There we go. Above 40 degrees, SAE 50. Below 40, SAE 30. All right, so we're good with the 50. I forget offhand. I'd have to go look, actually, in the owner's guide that comes with this to really see which weight. I think this one is like really cold temperatures. This one's really hot temperatures. And this one's kind of like the best for in the middle. So let's do that. A little additive in will be nice. Can we fill the oil from outside? No, we can fill it right here, though. Let's fill our oil up. We don't have the engine analyzer right now, and all our circuit breakers look good. We're going to do a light payload today. We don't have a very long flight. It's only about a half an hour, so we'll go light. Update digital equipment. Well, we'll do that after we start. All right, everything looks good. Let's go. Let's get the checklist going. All right, before start, pre-flight, we just did passengers are good, seatbelts are good, control locks. You can either use the tablet or you can just click on this string right here. That takes care of that. You raise the volume up on these clicky clickies a little bit. All right, control locks move, park and brake is set, gear switch is down all the way. Flaps are up. There's the flap. There's the flap stick right there. Radios are off. Yep. Avionics master is off. We just checked the circuit breakers. Let's turn the beacon on. And like I said, we can either click on this right here, or you can do it from the tablet here. So we have where'd it go? Beacon light. There we go. Now let's go back. And we're gonna fly today with just old navigation, old style nav. That's what we gonna do. You can put a Garmin system and double Garmin's in, but kind of like not using Garmin in these older airplanes. All right, fuel selectors, desired tank. We'll start off with the left main tank. All right, throttle, let's crack that bitch. All right, props full forward. All right, that is good. I'm gonna remove the steering wheel for now, but the yoke. One thing I like about this yoke is that the autopilot disconnect and the altitude engage and disengage will still be available to you even when you get rid of the yoke. You can click on the yoke and then the buttons are right down below where it's supposed to be. That's pretty nice. All right, carb heat is off. Let's turn the master switch on. Let's turn the fuel pump on. Make sure we're gonna get fuel. There we go, our fuel is starting to rise. All right, fuel pressure is good. Let's turn the pump off. Now we have to prime this thing about 5 times. So 1, 2, trace, 4, and 5. All right, let's go. Let's turn these magnetos on. Let's get this engine turned on. All right, let's try it again. Where'd my mouse go? There we go. Very good. Love when it starts. Love when it starts up. All right, oil mixture, oil pressure mixture. Okay, everything looks good. Mixture's all the way in. I guess we could lean this out a little bit. Yeah, we'll lean it out just a little bit. All right, primer, let's lock that bitch. Avionics master on. Radios on. We're gonna use high. Let's turn you on. Let's turn you on. Put the transponder on standby. Altimeter, we gotta set that. So we are currently at 3026. Why is the altimeter all the way down? Oh. It's gonna take a minute. Wow. Okay, here we go. Finally. 1,000 scrolls of the wheel later, we are just about here. Alright, that looks pretty close. Alright, and now what I want to do is we have our display here is blinking. I want to see if I can clear that out from here in a moment. Heading indicator we will test in a minute. Nav lights will turn on. Alright, let's go back to controls. Or is it under... Here we go. Let's update this. Alright, well, it updated it, but we still got to clear this out. Nope. Right, there we go. And what's our heading currently? We are currently on, it's like 330, 340, about 346. So let's set our display here to match. Push the button in. That looks about right. We can pull the button back out now. All right, let's go taxi. Get our nav lights on. We don't have nav lights. We got landing lights. We'll put them on later. This is our interior switch here. Turn our interiors on. Alright, we'll test the parking brake in a moment. Alright, run up. Alright, let's position ourselves into the wind. We'll do that as we get a little closer. Oh, we gotta close. Oh, the door is closed now. We gotta close the door. Alright, let's get rid of the chocks. Tie down. Probably should have taken all this stuff off before. Alright, let's close all this up. Close all that up. Put our headphones on. Nice and quiet. Alright, let's go back to our checklist. Alright, we gotta position ourselves into the wind. Release the parking brake. And the wind is... So we want to take off over here. Go ahead and do that. We'll position ourselves into the wind, do the run up. I don't know if this is where they would necessarily do the run up in real life, because I'm not a real pilot. But I maneuver these planes on the internet pretty damn well. Yes, sir. I probably could be a real pilot. Well, not probably. I know I could be a real pilot if I put in the hours and the time to actually learn it. I just won't have the time, unfortunately. Now, if I was financially, like, at a point where money wasn't a thing and I could take off of work for, like, a year, yeah, I'd be all about getting my pilot license. But I am not in a position where I can take off of work for a year, that's for sure. Alright, the first stop we're going to is at Harrisburg. That is 115.35. Let's kind of get that set while we can. And then after that, I believe it's 117.9. Yep. 117.9. Let's change this. We only have 2 waypoints, and then we're gonna try to do this ILS landing here in Frederick, Maryland. We're flying from Lancaster, PA to Frederick, Maryland. FlightAware had this thing, it said near Lancaster when it picked it up, you know, on its radar, so that's what we're gonna do. But I really do love this airplane. I bought this livery pack to go with it. Got all these like classic liveries for it. You can customize the numbers on it. All right, we're almost there. That shouldn't be crackling on a microphone like that. What happened to all my filters? I have it set in a way with all the filters where it shouldn't really pick up that kind of noise. I got like 8 filters on this thing. Something like that. I don't know. All right, when did this plane take off? Like what time of day? Around 5:17 is when they first saw it around Lancaster. So let's put this thing down to, we're not too far off. There we go, we'll do that. Not that that makes a whole hell of beans. It don't make a whole hell of beans. Trying to check out part of this Sarah Boone trial right now too. The woman who killed her boyfriend by, or allegedly killed her boyfriend by stuffing him in the suitcase. I don't know why that boyfriend got into that suitcase. That was dumb as shit. Here, get in this suitcase, honey. Let me lock you up. Fuck. There ain't no woman I would ever lock myself in a suitcase for. I don't care what woman you are. That will never happen. Man, we got an ashtray in this thing, man. We could put all kinds of stuff in there. But it's a long trip to this runway. Hope we have enough fuel. Hope we got enough fuel for the trip. Yeah, the run-up in this airplane's pretty easy comparative to other prop engines that I've flown in this that require run-ups. A lot of the planes that we have available, you really don't have to do a run-up or anything because there's no failures. I mean, you can program them from the outside, but like this plane and like FS Reborn, their Piper, and the Just Flight planes, and some of them's like that. Those circuits will pop. You will lose oil. You will not have the gear go down. Like, all right, we're just gonna go right here. We don't need the whole runway. That's long enough for us. Oh, you know what? Let me go the whole length. I don't want Captain Chicago checking this out and be like, oh, you should have used. Actually, don't let me. I'm not gonna make fun of his. I don't even know what his voice sounds like, to be honest. He'd be like, should have used the whole length of the runway. That's why it's there. I'm like, okay. I will use the. I won't be lazy. We will go right to the whole length. Could have done slew mode with this and saved 2 hours, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? We're only gonna fly to about 3,000 feet. Make sure you're very good with knowing how to adjust your trim, because that's how you keep this plane stable, really. Whether you're climbing, descending, or cruising, you will need to adjust your trim accordingly. Alright, let's make our turn here. Probably should have moved the tablet, but, you know, it's really not too bad up there. Blocks a little bit, but I like it up there right now versus down below. We can put it down here as well. I kind of like it right here for now. All right, here we go. Now we should be positioning ourselves into the wind now if we got this set right. Excellent. All right, let's slow down. Stop. All right, we're into the wind. Brakes work. Fuel quantity. We'll still use the left tank. Mixtures are good. Throttle, let's move that. Well, actually, let's move our mixture all the way in. All right, throttle to 2,000. Let me make sure we're lined up properly. So we should be at about 240, 275, and pretty damn close. Let's move it back one tick. Yep. All right, let's move our throttle up. Get this thing up to 2,000. That's close. Let's check all the gauges. Everything looks okay to me. Cylinder head, suction, fuel flow. All right, very good. Let's adjust our magnetos now, and yeah, we're at 1960 right now, so let's watch this drop. And let's make sure it's not more than 50 from here. Nope, we're good. Let's cycle our prop 3 times and then reduce to 1800s. 1800s. All right, very good. Let's move this back down to 1800 now. Or takeoff. Okay, all of that is good. We got to turn the fuel pump on. Put our landing lights on and our strobe lights and our pitot heat. All right, all that looks good. Carb heat off. All right, strobes on, landing lights. Takeoff, positive climb. All right, let's get our... We need to go about this way. Get to Harrisburg. Let's check a couple more things out before we take off. Oh, that looks good. Very good. So take off, rotate, max weight. We don't really need flaps. And then I think it's over 1,000 feet. That's when we disengage. Yep. All right, very good. And let me double check what my notes say here. Prop is left control, F2. Yep. And throttle should be left shift. Yep. All right, very good. Let's go. I'd just like to say that if you ever get to a point with this airplane where it crashes or it breaks, you will have to do a major overhaul because you will not have any blades on your propeller. Just saying. Just saying. Shit is real. I've never seen that in any other airplane. Thus, furthering my conclusion that this is the best airplane in the simulator. We now tune you back to your regularly scheduled program. See ya. All right, if the Sarah Boone trial bleeds in a little bit, I apologize, but I'm flying and kind of watching. I've been in tremendous pain today. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better. Park and brake off. Just the throttle not moving. bad. I had to look at the screen real quick next to me. We got off track a little bit, but we're okay. All right, we are airborne. Click the landing gear button twice. If you're going to use the button, it's okay. You just have to move it twice. All right, after we get up to 1,000 feet, the landing button is a dual button. So we can do that, and now we can turn it off right there. At least that should do it. Yep. Kind of like what we do in the Antonov. Antonov, you have to put the gear up and then lock it in place. All right, we're going to go to 3,000 feet. Let's turn our landing lights off. Let's turn our fuel pump off. And let's get our autopilot turned on. All right, now let's go ahead and get our prop brought out to about 2,400. Very good. Get the autopilot turned on. All right, we're now in heading mode. We're still climbing. All right, cruise. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and put on nav mode. Put that on high, put this on high. All right, and we are almost leveled off, so we're gonna engage the altitude button right here in a minute. Once we get up to 3,000 feet. And then we'll lean out the fuel. Lower our trim just a little bit. Our trim is right up here, by the way. All right, we are almost ready to engage altitude hold. So let's engage that. You can see this blue icon now comes up, and it's going to say trim up, trim down. When we need to, see right there is down. So I'm just moving the trim just a little bit at a time. A little bit more. All right, now we need to get set up for cruise. So manifold pressure up to 24 and the RPMs, and we need to lean the fuel. Let's go ahead and start working on this. Fuel mixture is left shift, left control. All right, let's go ahead and click LF for lean fuel. Let's move our mixture back a little bit. That's going to raise our horsepower. Move our trim down a little bit. Let's move our propeller back. There we go. We got Rich of Peak showing up, and we need to be between 0 and 50. So let's go ahead and move our mixture forward again. Nope, that's not doing it. Let's move our mixture back. We're almost there. I think we're there. Excellent. We are now Rich of Peak. By the way, the booklet. Hang on, let's put on the headphones. So, the booklet that comes with this airplane is great. one of the things that it highlights is this screen that we're looking at here. There's a section in there which highlights how to find Rich of Peak, you know, off of whichever cylinder it decides to do it off of. There's a couple of hyperlinks you can click inside the booklet, and it brings you to another owner's manual that goes over in depth how to operate these buttons for Rich of Peak or Lean of Peak, how to operate the mixture, the prop, and the throttle to kind of get everything in sync for it. So it's really good. And now we're cruising, good to go. So I'm gonna turn myself off camera for a little bit, just enjoy the sounds of the airplane. I'll pop back up a little bit later, but we got about 25 miles to Harrisburg, then we're gonna go down towards Baltimore, and then we're gonna start beginning our landing. So we're all good, guys. You know, our temperature is good. Now, if you need to adjust the temperature of the cabin, we can do it from here. You know, cabin heater, defroster, and all that. Or we can do it down here. Cabin heater, defroster, vent, you know, the other cabin vent. But we are all set. Rich of Peak is good. We're doing well. We got Harrisburg coming up, capital of Pennsylvania. And yeah, that's about it. All right, see you in a little bit. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, damn it, or I'm gonna haunt you in your dreams. In your dreams. See ya. I wanted to jump on here real quick and show you something. So we're getting ready for our landing. So we're about 5 miles out from the VOR station. We're gonna fly away from it on a heading of 295, but we're gonna set up the CDI needle for the opposite of 295, which would be 95, 115. So let's set up 115, because we're going to be flying away from that. I think that's right. Yeah, so 300 is 100. 95, yeah, 115. I'm real good at math. I'm real good at math. All right, there's 115. We're going to be flying away from there here momentarily for about 11 miles. And then we're going to try to capture the glide slope. All right, see y'all later. Bye. All right. Let's try to get a little more lined up with this. I guess we can call it a back course, I guess. See, radials on a VOR station, they radiate away. So if we're on a heading of 295, we could certainly have this CDI needle set for 295. But then it makes it much more difficult to line it up. See, right now, if we want to get this lined up, we can move to clockwise. If we had this CDI needle flipped, we would have to turn left to get the CDI needle to go right, if that makes sense. So right now, we're good. And we got about 6 more miles, and we'll activate our frequencies and start landing this bird. Now this thing, you know, there's no approach button to click. We don't have any of them fancy tools in this airplane. We just have good old flying steam gauges. I think these are steam gauges. Well, not these. These are digital. These are steam gauges, I think, right? Are they electric? Steam? What are they? Somebody put that in the comments. What the hell gauges are these things? Pretty soon, we're gonna have to turn on the fuel pumps. Well, one pump. Let's put our landing lights on. We'll turn off avionics. Not the avionics, the autopilot. Let's add a little bit of heat up in her. Damn, bitch, come on. Bumpy up here. Who turned on all the bumps? All right, we got about 3 miles left. Well, actually, not even that. We're gonna turn in about a mile, roughly. All right, so we got that, and we need to go in a heading of 229, I believe. Yep, 229. So let's set this for 229. All right, very good. Let's activate that. And once we get this lined up, we'll make our turn. You see we have our glide slope there as well, the flag. So let's just take off autopilot now. Let's move this. Let's disconnect autopilot. Let's put our mixture all the way in, our props all the way back in. Now we are flying manually. Once we make our turn back towards the airport, we'll go ahead and turn the fuel pump on. All right, we can see we're starting to line up now. Yep, there's the airport right there. Let's put our fuel pump on. Put our landing gear down. Let's line back up again. Glide slope looks okay. I forget the exact landing speed of this bird. I want to say it's around 95, 100, somewhere in there. I guess I could pause the flight real quick. Let me pause the flight real quick and look. You know what? Let's just put this back up top. There we go, right there. We'll put ourselves right here. Put this back on. All right, let's go ahead. Flight info. Can turn the heat off as well. All right, very good. Got our ADFing. All right, let's go ahead and release the Kraken. Whoa. Whoa. A little hard to control when you take it off a pause. Adjust our trim a little bit. You can't see it, but I am adjusting it. We'll activate some flaps here when we get a little closer. Oh, 71. Whoa. All right, yeah, we need to slow down a bit. Let's put our flaps down. Or some flaps down. Glide slope is still sloping. I'm guessing we're probably about 3 miles away, I would think. I don't really know. I don't know if it would show here or not. I don't think it will. Nope. Right, glide slope is still good. Slowing down a bit. I'm not sure what the actual flap schedule is. I know where it says approach flaps and landing flaps and all that, but like I'm not sure how far out they would get to, like how many miles away from the airport would they be 100 miles an hour, like it says here, you know, or 71. Like I understand that's the landing speed. Right. Activate another level of flaps. I think we have one more flap after that. I don't think this is the final flap. I think we have one more. I think it's 3 stages of flaps, I think. There's Frederick Airport. Been to that airport a few times. Our altimeter has gone up 1 notch, so let's move that up 1 tick. All right, very good. We're a little high. Get down lower. I've always found with this airplane, it's much easier to descend flying by hand than using the trim. Because what I've experienced is when you use the trim to descend, you'll move it down a little bit, and then your vertical speed will go all the way to like -3, like -3,000, and then it'll shoot back up to like +2,000. Very wonky. I don't think that's how it really works in real life, but in this life, that's how it worked. Maybe I'll show it to you next time. I mean, I've done it before in other videos with this airplane, but I can't remember the last time I've done it. All right, we need to get down a bit. Yep, we had one more level of flaps. Here we go. Dun 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 dun. All right, we got 2 red and 2 white. That's all right with me. Give it a little juice. Glide slope is sloping. George, get out of the suitcase, George. I'm gonna go to prison forever. No. Well, when it's all red like that, that's not usually a good sign. All right, let's see what we can do here. Very bumpy right now. No, no, no. It was almost perfect. It was almost perfect. Damn. We got 5 stars. Let's just clip right to here. Perfect landing. Yes. Perfect landing. Man, that was almost... God, that was almost so close. All right, let's put our flaps up. Since we have persistency turned on, let's go somewhere we can turn off this airplane. Man, that was so close. Just so bumpy. Like, I'm sure that's how it is in real life too, to an extent, but man, I was trying to just kind of let it dip on down. Just slow on down. And then as I was doing that, right when the wheels got ready to hit, that gust of wind came in and threw me for a loop, and I was like, ah, no! No landing, no! All right, let's come over yonder. We'll come over here and turn off this plane. At least our propellers are intact. We didn't break those. Still good landing rate. We just almost, we almost bit the big one. All right, let's just go over here and turn off this airplane. All right, parking brake is on, I think. Maybe not. Now it's on. Now it's on. All right, let's go to checklist. Get rid of this screen here. All right, after landing flaps up. All right, we can turn the strobes off. Right here, we probably turn the landing lights off too. Fuel pump off. Mixture lean. Let's neutralize our trim. All right, there we go. Let me make sure I have persistency turned on. Persistency, yep. All right, flight controls, shut down. All right, parking brake is set. Let's turn all the radios off. Get my weed out, put it in my pocket since it's legal in Maryland. All right, avionics master, let's turn that off. Oops, wrong way on that volume. All right, master switch off. All right, throttle closed. Mixture cut off. All right, magnetos, let's turn them off. Turn off the beacon light. Let's turn off the master switch. Now let's secure the airplane. Right, controls, we got wheel chocks, tie downs, control locks, heater covers. Let's open up our doors and remove our headphones. Turn that off. All right, we are good to go. Get our tow bar connected. Now we can actually push the airplane with this once the chocks are moved. That's about it, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button before you leave. Consider checking out one of our super hot memberships. Become part of the Aviation Nation. This is your internet pilot, Greg, signing off until the next time we see each other over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth. See ya. Oh, what the hell was that? Damn, thing ran me over. I might not see you next time. That bitch just ran me over. All right, see ya. Yo, here we are, part two. Part two. Sitting here with the flying flies. What is it called? The Flying Fries. Say that fast 4 or 5 times. Flying fries, flying flies, flying flies, flying flies, flying flies. Very good. The Flying Fries Scrapyard Monster. I've found it much easier to turn at the airports when you have the little floaties. Little floaties help out a lot. When you have the regular wheels, it is near impossible to turn. We got our ballast there. We have our anchor. as well for when we go into the water with this airplane. This airplane is a lot of fun. A lot of fun and very unique in some ways. So we just landed here at Frederick. We're gonna fly to Baltimore, Washington, and it's a real quick trip. But I wanted to show you all this airplane. This airplane is pretty dope. Got a BMW steering wheel. I believe it's an Aston Martin engine in the back. We got our headphones. We got our tablet. We got our alarm clock. We got everything. This airplane is actually this is a pretty in-depth airplane, actually. Like, with what's available to use for monitoring everything and wind speed. I mean, like, wind speed, ground speed, you know, power, all this little clock thing right here, whatever this deal is. There's so much information on that thing. We can check our voltage over here. We have all our circuit breakers. All the circuit breakers do work. All them's work. All right, let's get rolling. I do need the checklist here. Now I have it on GigaChat mode. I don't think we're going to use GigaChat. I don't really feel like hearing him today. He's a bit of a pain in the ass most of the time. Did I get any text messages? Nope. Very good. All right, circuit breakers are in. Fuel valve, let's open that up. That's right down here somewhere. Right here. That's now open. Remove before flight. Let's remove this. Battery cover switch. Oh, you know, let me check EWIs. We're going to go to 117.9 first, I think. Well, you know, we can just use regular nav, actually. We don't need VFR and all that. I mean, VORs and all that. All right, battery switch up, battery switch on. All right, close the battery switch. Navigation light on. Interior as needed. Other lights, we're good. All right, let's get the engine started up. So beacon light on. Alternators on. Turn this up just a little bit. All right, I think that's good for now. Let's turn the other alternator on. Throttle idle. That's idle. Let's move our propeller pitch all the way up, our samurai sword. That's all the way forward. We can also tell this thing here too. This little silver deal moves. Oops, wrong way. Not the silver one, the black one there. That one moves forward and back with it as well. All right, propeller pitch. Let's insert our coin. Oh, booster pump on. Put our coin in. Push the play button. Very good. Booster pump off. Turn our avionics on. Comms and radios as needed. See, look at all this info we have here. Oil, fuel, power, info, more info, more info. And then this page again. And then down here we have volts, amps, alternators. We can check it all. Pretty good stuff in here. All right, let's plug in BWI. Direct to EWI. Where's B? Oh, here it is. EWI. Entree. No. No. E, W, I. Duplicates found. Oh, there's no find button. Interesting. Alright, well, let's do KBWI. I don't think I can choose it off the map here. Let's see if we can do that. Oops, wrong way. Come on, where's this bitch at? Here we go, BWI. Can we choose it here? Nope. Alright, nearest airport. Here, nearest VOR. Let's do that. Frederick, there it is. Oh, it's BAL. Alright, let's fly direct to that. Activate Baltimore. And it should be on our map now. Yep. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't really need a map per se, but it's all good. Let's set our altitude. We're just going to go to like 2,000 feet. Landing lights. Oh, we haven't removed the covers yet. Shit. Let's remove the covers. Yep. We are good to go. Let's go ahead and put these lights on. Oh no, not yet. This thing is really cool at nighttime too. We'll make it dark after we take off. Once we're like in the air, we'll make it dark. I'll show you. You can also click on the glasses. See how we're looking at the propeller? You click on the glasses. See how it's like all choppy? Just smooths it out. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, release the parking brake. Put our flaps down. You don't have to worry about controlling propeller. Hang on. Hang on 1 second. Lower the volume a bit. You don't have to worry about mixture. Well, throttle you do, but not propeller or mixture. You don't have to worry about any of that. This plane is really for flying and flying fun. Now we can remove the ballast before we take off. If you want to, you can. It'll make the plane way quicker on takeoff. Like, it's amazing the difference. And it's okay to go this fast. They actually encourage it so you can drift like this. Alright, let's get up on the runway. I don't really care where we take off from on the runway. Let's just go anywhere. Maybe we'll drop the ballast, those free weights that are hanging underneath. Yeah, that's plenty of room for takeoff. Skirt! Alright, parking brakes back on. I want to say the ballast. So that's the... I know, is this the ballast? This is the ballast. Alright, let's drop the ballast. There we go, ballast is gone. See all the red lights? Let's wait for the lights to turn off. Yeah, that drops half the weight of the airplane, by the way. So our airplane is now, weight is now cut in half. It should be hanging. Yeah, see, it's not there anymore. It is. I guess we can't see them on the ground, but they're definitely gone off the bottom. This says an Aston Martin engine, but that's not an Aston Martin logo. Isn't that Ferrari? Got Dale Jr. All right, let's go. And we'll do nav and all that later. Let's go ahead and turn the flight director on. All right, release the parking brake. Oh shit, hang on a second. I don't need anything else on here now. All right, let's go. Oh, we got strobe lights on. Landing lights. All right, let's go. And we're off. Just like that. That's how quick takeoff is when you have half the weight. All right, which way are we heading right now? We need to head to the east. Put our flaps up. All right, there we go. Right about 2,000 feet. Let's level ourselves out a bit. Okay, let's get our heading set. All right, let's get down to 2,000 feet. Let's see where we're at on the maps here. Looks like we need to go to the right. Let's do that. Everything's looking good. You're good to go. We'll make it dark here in a moment. That's good. All right, very good. Yeah, that's kind of about where you want it when you're flying. Somewhere in that middle there. That'll give you a good fuel economy and won't push your engine too much. The RPMs are a bit high. I guess we could try to lower the prop a little bit if you want to. Let's see what happens with that. Yeah, see, that doesn't do anything really. We'll leave it back and see what happens, but well, that might actually help with our fuel economy. Let me see here. Nope, not really. Where are we at on this map here? All right, so we're gonna make it nighttime. Let me show you what nighttime looks like. Or early morning, whatever have you. So this is how everything kind of lights up on the inside here. Pretty cool, right? The outside. But we still have our landing light on, by the way. Look at how bright this landing light is. Look at that. That's crazy. All right, let's turn the landing light off, and then we're gonna push another button next to it. So turn our landing lights off, and then we're gonna push this button right here. Now the outside now. Yes. So every one of their planes has these LED lights and shit like all around it. Cool, dude, look at this thing. Cool, man. It's real cool to look at nighttime, man. I like looking at this airplane at nighttime. We got a camping package on, that's why it's got such a big butt down there. You can now add a camping package to it. Yeah, it's just the overall cool plane. I think I spent $10 on this airplane, I want to say. $10. That's it. All right, let's make it bright outside. I should, yeah, we'll leave it there. Let me look up what chart number is or something for it. Oh, am I on navigation yet? Oh, we're still in heading mode. All right, well, let's arm nav. As we're doing GPS. All right, where is Baltimore down here? Oop, wrong mouse. Wrong mouse. All right, unload that. Search. EWI. It's my home airport. And let's go to approach. I think we'll just do the ILS for 10. Actually, you know what? No, this one would be landing on 15 left, I believe. Would it be? Yeah, I believe it would be. Yeah, 15 left. All right, so that's 111.95. Let's get this programmed her. And we'll also set 115.1. That's the localizer. I mean, that's the VOR station for Baltimore. All right, so we have 111.95, and then we need, of course, a 155. So let's put this on 155. Very clean, like the way everything shows up in here. I like it. I like it a lot. Yep, here's our... Oops. Oh, wow, that's showing up already? Okay. All right. Now, how do we switch from... How do we switch nav modes? That I am not really sure about. Let's see here. Oh, it's right here, actually. Forget where it shows. Let me go into heading mode. Okay. So this is regular, that's GPS mode. That is localizer mode. Okay, very good. All right, let's turn. That's one thing I don't think has ever shown up here. Ground speed, ETA, distance, like I don't think that's ever shown up there. Do I have oh, I sure do. Let me turn them back on. I was like, why are none of the like cities and shit showing up? I forgot I turned that off the other night. I kind of like flying without it, but we'll put it on. Oh, Ellicott City. Oh yeah, we're close to BWI. It's right over there. All right, let's put our landing light back on, our huge ass floodlight. We can... Is that nav? Hang on a second. Now I'm confused. Hang on a second. No, I think this is... I think that's regular nav. Let's see here. Let's turn away from the airport and see how that lines up, because that looks like the flag indicator there, which would kind of make sense. Let's see if those move at all. I don't really think there's an indicator that shows up to let you know if you're in GPS or if you're in like other nav. All right, so we're... You see, I'm not so sure that that's correct. That looks more accurate to me based on what I know about this airport. Maybe we're not close enough for the flags to start showing. All right, let's turn back this way. Oh yeah, here we go. I see it now. There's the triangle. All right, so now we're in VOR mode. Okay, very good. If that was there before, I might have missed it. The indicator might have been blocking it. I don't know. All right. Now we're cooking with gas, y'all. Y'all. We'll activate approach mode once we line up. Alright, let's activate approach mode. Well, we'll go nav, and let's click approach. Let's land at night. Let's look at everything. Our cockpit light on. Engine light. I think that's right. Yep. There's our runway. So 33 left. I'm sorry, 15 left. Feeds the side of the airport where all the private and general aviation is. And the, I believe that also does cargo as well. There's a lot of cargo airplanes over there. Huge airplanes. Yeah. Big old 777s and 748s, and I don't ever recall seeing Airbuses there, but possible, I guess. It would be nice if these little buttons on the side here lit up. Like, be my only complaint about this airplane. Landing gear down, or did I just put it back up? Oh, there we go. Okay. I can't really tell if this thing captured or not. I think it did. Yeah, we're still in approach mode. Hey, we gotta put our propeller back up. There we go. How bright that light is. It's like obnoxiously bright. don't know if this thing has the right... I guess so. It looks like we're gonna land, like, way before the runway, but we might be okay. Put some flaps down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, autopilot off. I don't think it ever captured the glide slope. That's my guess. Because we activated it before the glide slope was there. Yes, I know we're coming in hot. It's fun to do with this airplane. You can abuse the hell out of this thing. Yeah, see right to our left right there, that's all the general aviation. Whoa, lights in the sky, look at that. Hey, my landings are the greatest landings you've ever seen, ever, super ever. I'm gonna blame it on the lights being a couple hundred feet above the runway. We're gonna blame it on that. Anyways, that's about it, my friends. I will see you on the next episode of the Airplane Show. Before you leave, make sure you click the subscribe button, click the thumbs up, get one of them hot memberships, and I will see you on the next episode of the Airplane Show above the beautiful skies of Mother Earth. See ya.